stuff everyone on the couch is kind of a mess. Praise the Lord. So, back to what I was talking about yesterday. So everybody's like losing their minds, right? I find it kind of funny because you know if you were paying attention to what was going on in the world, right, and not even so much as the world, but what our government were doing to other governments and all these other things, right? When you take all these things into account, it was already a slippery slope. Without tariffs, it didn't really matter. It, it didn't matter. And we're doing all these things, to keep prices down, but they really weren't down. What it was the dollar was dying. That's what it was. And our dollar not being backed by gold is an issue. And that's why I think like they say we have like the most gold in the world supposedly, but our money isn't backed by gold. Why isn't our money backed by gold anymore? Why not? Doesn't make any sense. Why? Well, I don't understand it, but I've not also never like dove into it and studied it and all those things. But oh, my frame is being shipped. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm super excited. A little light skin frame, like this color, a little light skin. But I mean, besides that, like, what are we really? What are we really scared of? Because yeah, the prices of stuff. Like I can't wait to see what iPhone's gonna be. I cannot wait to see what iPhone's gonna be because the iPhone is gonna be a crazy price. People gonna start going back to the iPhone 8. you know, I don't think that'll be a thing. But you look at all these other countries, like the poor countries, they have old things, old technology and stuff like that. And it's like, what makes what makes you think these things are gonna be okay, right? And what makes say the dollar completely dies and the dollar is no good. Do you guys hear this person outside? He sounds like Genji off Shrek. Not the gumdrop button. Yeah, that's wild. But the economy should crash. It should have crashed a long time ago. That's what we should have did. We should have crashed it a long time ago because all we did was make more and more debt. And even against ugly odds, people were getting houses and all these things. So that's like me. I I'm not planning on I'm not planning on a house. I'm not shooting for a house. Like I'm trying to think how long my parents have had their house. I want to say they had it before the housing market like got in its bubble and started doing all the crazy things like before the interest rates hit double digits. Like they were like low digits. And after that there's no getting a house. That's out. Yeah, I'm not looking for a house. What I'm looking for land. That's what I want. I want land. Me and my wife, we want land, which is a beautiful thing. So because the houses are out, you're talking about a house that's 300,000 that's gonna end up being closer to 800,000. Uh, I'm not gonna work from 40 until I die to for my kids to have to pay for this house and continue to do all things. I'm not doing that. And I do want to talk to my parents about a trust. I just don't like talking to my parents about their house. I don't like doing it. And then like the whole will and all that stuff. I don't like talking about it because I don't ever want it to look like I want something. But because it would I would inherit it, and I've just been running across it, stuff like that. Man, our economy sucks right now. But we're gonna have a crash, and if that crash happens, hopefully our dollar is not dead. And I think that's the reason for the oil. But I mean, when it comes to oil, yeah, we're fracking and we're producing a lot of oil, right? But what would make people buy our oil over Saudi Arabia? And the only thing that I can think of with that is because we're such big consumers and we just would not do the tariffs what they have them at. So maybe it would go from like 10 to like 1-2%, which that's a big that's a big drop because I tell you ammo, that 10% markup, that's a hefty little chunk, and they got other ones that's going up to 30 something. Yo, 36, 37% per box. Man, if y'all did not listen, and I mean everybody that I've talked to, because it's gonna be funny, because I've been on people for some years now. Start getting up your ammo and all your gun parts and all these things because it's gonna be a point where we are not gonna be able to get these things. Why didn't you guys listen? And I'm not even all the way, already, because I said, and this is just it. You should be able to rebuild your gun once. And I'm talking about like everything, like well, everything to make it function, which is pretty much everything. But like firing springs, uh, guide rods, all those things. Because you gotta think about guide rods, right? Those things are good for like anywhere from I think it's 1,000 to 3,500 rounds, and then you want to think about changing them out. I shoot a lot. I already had to change. I already had to change my guide rods, but yeah. And then I live in Oregon too, so the the gun laws are already stupid. So if you can't buy parts or anything like in Washington, you cannot buy gun parts. You can't buy anything like that in Washington. So if you don't have those things, when your gun breaks, it's just broke. That's it. Like I need to get a bolt carrier. Well, I want to get a more expensive one that is gonna last because I kind of just have stock ones, and I made a bolt carrier. That's the heart of your gun. So I think I'm gonna replace them with Tribe isn't that bad for low end, like just for low end stuff. But a BCA, that's what I want. I want them for all my ARs. That's a lot of money though. That'd be like a easy grand. But yeah, people aren't thinking about all the small things. And they're really not small things. Like when you think about a life straw, being able to filter water, it's really not that it's not that hard to think about. And it's like clothes, like a needle and thread. Even if you don't know how to, sew clothes, or if you can't buy clothes and you need to make it stretch, thread and needle is going to be your best friend. Or it's just going to go to a barter system. And that's why I buy, like, that's why I've continued to buy ammo the way I've, bought it. Because ammo is not just going to be for defense, it's going to be for hunting and pretty much everything else. And people think, people just stockpile ammo and bullets and all these things just for like a war situation. No. All my rounds that I have, yes, they are, some is for defense, but not a lot. Like pretty much everything 308 is, I have a hunting rifle. I don't have an AR-10. I have a I forgot what it's called. It's called I think it's an Axis. I have an Axis 2, and that is a 308. That is for hunting. That would be like the last gun that I would pick up to shoot a human with. I would not want to hit a person with anything with a 308 at all. No, no. I've seen what it does to animals, and it's not cool. You know. So yeah, no. And once things would slow down, and there's not cars running and things like that, animals would be kind of plentiful. They would start wandering more into the city. They would do all the things. They would just be animals. And the places that I have sight for with those situations, they already have deer and elk that go in the city. So that they would just be more, we're finna just walk through here. Ain't no cars. I ain't gotta worry about no car. And that's how you get a deer. But like, I don't know, man. People just, and then what's gonna happen, especially with the ammo, is everybody's gonna be buying ammo, and then the price is gonna go even higher. Because I went to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop was at like $15 for a box of 20, and that to me is crazy. Like I had to like really like talk to him, like, hey man, like what is this? I'm not paying $15 for a box that you bought from somebody for like $5. I'm not doing it. I'm like, I can go to Bimart and get some green tip instead of just ball ammo for like 9.70. It's still under $10. I'm not paying $15. That's crazy. That's damn near a dollar a shot. I can't do it. From going from 35 cents a round to 70 something is not, it's not worthy, G. And they all shoot the same. Like if we could have tracers, I ain't gonna lie, if we could have tracers, and that's real, yes, I would probably spend 15 a box. No, it's not even probably. I would. I would. But I mean, who's really who's really doing that? I got 2 more minutes. But there's gonna be people that are gonna spend $15 a box for 223s and 5.56, which is crazy to me. Because this isn't the time to be buying ammo like that. I mean, it's gonna boost the people that sell ammo, but that's crazy. It really it throws me for a loop because I don't see people being able to stock up like how they're supposed to stock up, and I just go to what was whispered in my ear Praise the Lord, because I believe it was the Lord, and it was in like the beginning of the whispers of 114. Because again, I'm in Oregon, and the only thing that I heard was, if you couldn't buy anything else, where would you be? And this was like 3 years ago. So I started buying rice, beans, flour. I bought my AR, and I started buying rounds, water filters. All the weird. My daughter didn't start her period yet. I started buying pads. You know, granted they're all like, I mean, they're different sizes, but I mean, I don't know. I'm a dude. You know what I'm saying? Just buy twos and threes because that's, well, I guess in the middle. Yeah, I have no idea. But the idea of not being able to have anything else, like, it's done. It is wild to me. Like, I have long johns at one of my locations. I have long johns. I want to say I have wife beaters there. Um, I have a pair of boots there. I got like three pairs of shoes, and it's what what could happen. Anything could happen. Anything and everything. I would really hate for the economy to poop the way it is, looking. But the good thing about the small cities around Portland is the small cities around Portland are very closed. And I mean, like, the last resort place is for sure closed. Like, yeah, you pull some tractors out on the road and you can hear anything that's coming. And then plus, like, the town is like a spit. Like, you could drive through it in 2 minutes. That's the goal. Like, if it ever got bad, bad, yeah, that's the move. Um, yeah, man, I really hope it does not get that bad, because we have a lot of people that are ill prepared. Everybody that everybody that was talked to, everybody that I've talked to, are not thinking like that in any way. Nobody's thinking about preparation. I've talked about this for years. Nobody's thinking about preparation. All these other countries have told their people to prepare for war. Every country has told their people to stock up food for at least 6 months. Every country. We were not told anything. This is not during Trump's term. This is during Biden's term. I was telling everybody for years, you need to start stocking up on ammo. They're being funny with the guns, all these things. My main thing was be able to eat, be able to eat for at least 4 months, or hopefully longer. I buy seeds. I've been buying seeds. Like, I bought medicine, but I was trying to kind of try to stay away from medicine, because medicine is what it is. Um, when there is nothing on the shelf, and we seen it during the big C, people stockpiled toilet paper. Like, people still have toilet paper from the COVID. I guess that's good, but what's going to be next? What's the next big thing that everybody's going to grab? Like, it's an important thing. Well, it kind of seeming like guns and ammo right now, but then you have a whole bunch of people that lack the knowledge to have firearms. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, you can buy a gun, but it doesn't matter if you, one, don't have the heart, and two, don't know how to use it. Because there's a lot of people that have guns now that just have guns. So I be telling my sister, you got to get out and shoot. You got to get out and you got to get out and shoot. Even if it's not like intensive training, you have to be able to shoot. Period. You have to know what your gun is gonna do. You gotta know how it kicks. So when you do shoot it, you don't. It's not a surprise. It's not a this is too much for me. No, you, and she got one of them thin Glocks. I don't like those. I think it's the 43. That I don't like them, man. But I also like full size guns. I like my 30s though. I do like that, but it's also bigger, you know. And I don't use the 10 round little. I don't use that little June. It's not enough for me. I gotta have the 13 just so my pinky can hang on to something. But yeah, I gotta get back to work. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Yeshua. Yeah.